Leo, hello, and welcome to your Fall 2023 shift reading, where we're looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for the fall season. I'm Andy, I'm your reader, and I've got the Wild Unknown Tarot here to help us look at your shape shift today. All right, Leo, let's get into it. Show us the shape shift for Leo. Ooh. It's kind of interesting. Cancer just got that card. I think it was Cancer. Ten of Wands. Let's just take that. Oh, wait. Five of Wands underneath. Okay. There's one more. The Son of Swords is... This is interesting. Normally I get to shuffle, but I feel like the cards are kind of talking. Let's do one shuffle. Just see. Yeah, totally. It's just like the same message being corroborated here. Holy moly. Okay. Take a look with me. Okay. So we have this density in the Ten of Wands, this like thick arrangement of branches that I believe it was the Cancer reading I described it as a thicket that's sort of blocking out the light. And there is light in the distance in the background, but in the foreground here is this sort of like chaotic, crowded density or heaviness or darkness. And then the Son of Swords comes in with the Ace of Swords, holding the Ace of Swords, which for me is the sword of truth, the sword of clarity, clear communication, aha moments, revelations. The Son of Swords is coming in and breaking up that density, which then gives us the Five of Swords, which is it's a little bit more open. There's still some... Sorry, the Five of Wands. There's still some chaos going on in the arrangement of the wands, but there aren't as many of them. It's cut them in half. So there's a really clear shift happening here, Leo, where whatever in your life has become confusing, chaotic, just like maybe even like mentally really intense and sort of a weight on you, a burden on you because of how murky it is or how unclear or how chaotic it is all the time, coming in with very, first of all, maybe like a clear revelation, like the lightning strikes and you realize that it's actually much simpler than this, or you realize at the very least the truth or the words to say or something that you can use as a tool to cut through this mess, which is what the Son of Swords is doing here, just slicing right through and bringing the light, cutting the chaos by half. So I guess, Leo, there's a question here about what can you simplify? And how do you do it? Or what can you clarify? And how do you say it? To be very, very clear so that you can cut some of this density in half for yourself and make things just a little bit easier to navigate. Again, the Five of Wands is still showing like people trying, elements or energies or people trying to work together and not quite making it or not quite experiencing that in a very like linear sort of one thing builds on another type of way. It's still pretty chaotic. It's still pretty just like stabbing around, trying to figure things out as you go, but it's much less perhaps sinister, dangerous, or exhausting or intense as the Ten of Wands. There's a little bit more space, a little bit more breathing room, and actually a lot more light. And the 10 to the 5, cutting it in half. So maybe this is talking about your workload, cutting your workload in half. Maybe this is talking about some sort of mental gymnastics you've been doing in relationship or in a situation. By speaking the truth or by bringing something a very singular moment of clarity, you are cutting that like mental gymnastics or mental load in half. It's still chaotic, it's still not perfect, but it's so much better. It's much more manageable. Because by the time we get to the 10, this is unmanageable. The 10 of Wands can often talk about like a burden that is just too heavy to carry. Whatever this is has become unmanageable and you cannot continue any further. I mean, it's literally like blocking the way forward. And so it needs to get broken up. It needs to lighten up somehow. And I'm wondering, Leo, if, you know, coming into the fall season, we are coming out of a Venus retrograde in your sign, coming out of a Mercury retrograde. And so there could be something that happens here that gives you that revelation, that aha moment, that not only the aha moment or not only like the clarity, but the momentum to carry that clarity forward into some sort of action on your own behalf. Because, I mean, wow, there is a very clear change happening in this shift. Interesting. Cutting it in half. Lightening things up significantly. And this could even be as simple as like a realization that you have in your own mind that you need to lighten up significantly. You know, like that there's an opportunity here, not just to lighten your physical load, but like to lighten your mental load significantly. Yes, the thoughts are still chaotic and things are still, you know, kind of bouncing around up there. But this, again, is much more manageable because you've had some sort of clarity or mental realization that lets you make that shift into something a little lighter. So obviously, Leo, this is going to be different for all of you, and apply it how it makes sense. Sit with it through the season and see how this continues to resonate with different scenarios that you end up encountering over the 3 months of the fall, you know? But now we're going to take this into the extended, where I'm going to use other decks, start getting some clarifiers, and let's see if we can understand this in more detail. So if this is resonating so far and you'd like to continue that with us, you can click the link in the description box below, and that will take you to the shifting space, where we will investigate all of the shift readings for the zodiac signs over the course of the season. Okay? So if you're into it, maybe I'll see you there.